Tuning in to the online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows. Interviewing celebrities and showrunners. And bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
I timed up the drum that time.
Jared's on it.
That was luck. Oh, now I don't know that part, though. Now I just do the maracas.
You just picked up the pace, Welcome, Maron fans. We are back. Season 3, Episode 5, Mad Mark is what we will be covering for you today.
Appropriately named.
Appropriately named. Very mad, very angry in this episode. Indeed. You can always find us on YouTube, of course, at youtube.com/AfterBuzz TV. And always tune in on your podcast, wherever you do your podcasting, SoundCloud and iTunes. Chime in, interact with us. We love to hear from you. Definitely, chat with us individually. Get to us at hashtag ABTVMarin. And let's get the conversation going. We love it. In fact, we love it so much, we have an exciting place to send you in just a moment. I am your host, Blake V. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at BlakeVMedia.
And I'm Jared Gilkerson. That's at Gilkerson Radio on Twitter.
That's right, and so that is where you can chime in and chat with us individually, right?
Yeah.
Everything you want to chat with us about,
Yeah.
I'm sure there's tons.
Negative, positive, whatever you
Hopefully
want.
more positive.
Yeah.
Or whatever. We like it all.
We love it
right?
all, yeah.
In fact, we love it all so much that we want to hear everything that you have to say. So keep sending your tweets and comments. We read every single one of them. And don't miss on the chance to take our very important listener survey at Podcast One. You're going to want to go to podcastone.com to do this, and it'll only take about 3 minutes of your time, but you're going to help us out with all of your responses. All of your answers will really help us get to know you, what you like, what you don't like, things that we can make better at all of the shows here at AfterBuzz TV. We definitely want to make sure that you are enjoying your time when you tune into AfterBuzz. So hop on over to podcastone.com. Tell us how you feel. Tell us everything about it. Take the survey. Like I said, just a couple minutes. Podcastone.com is where you're going to want to go, and keep the tweets and all the interactions coming to us.
That was a heck of a read.
Got to get the information out there.
That was very good.
Thank you. Thanks, Jared. Our fans deserve it.
I thought you might do it like in an angry fashion.
I should have missed opportunity.
To keep along with the theme of the episode.
I know. That would have been better, perhaps.
What'd you think?
I thought it was great. Funny, definitely funny. It's funny how Mark has a way of taking everyday issues, moments, topics, and presenting them the Maron way, right?
Yeah.
So like here we're dealing with his anger, his very obvious anger issue that he deals with every day of his life, it seems. For 50 years, he said he's been an a-hole.
Yeah, he's been angry for 50 years.
He's been angry for 50 years. So he's got a lot of experience in this. He definitely is truthful when he's talking about this and dealing with this. But funny, of course, he's got this way about him that we love. That's why we're here, right?
Yeah.
So the best thing about this episode, I liked, and I think you liked it as well, was when we first came in on his lovely morning coffee ritual.
Yeah.
How wonderful was that?
Yeah.
Jazzy,
ethereal
music.
It was just coffee music.
Yeah, and it's so funny because they had to do it that way, right? Have that juxtaposition. They were going to have an entire episode of just anger and fury, Maron style. So why not top it off light and lovely?
I was hoping for a, how all things come in threes. So he did the coffee thing kind of twice, at the very beginning. And I was kind of hoping for like middle of the end of the episode, like him to just grab a cup of coffee
and bring it all back.
And all of a sudden the song's just back for like 5 seconds and that's it. But no, that was a great scene. And it was that scene was very Louis-esque.
It totally
like
was.
The food. Drinks, beverages.
And the very, very involved preparation, and we saw how thorough his coffee making process was, and he was calm and cool while he was doing it. It was like a ritual, like a really a planned out event. And then of course he forgets it. How many times do you do this? I do this probably every single morning. I'll have things I'm trying to bring, and I forget it every time.
Mine will be. It sounds very. What's the least meathead way possible of saying this? Like I forget let's just say a shake is. Let's just say I forget the top is loose or partially open, and I go to shake it, and it like whoever is next to me in traffic just sees me flinging a shake about. It's happened recently. As last week.
Do they think you're just like champagne bottling it, like partying in your car? Maybe that's how you could play it off.
I would hope, yeah. And then they know it's like this is a chocolate flavor. This is not happening. It was
not
bad.
Champagne.
Literally all over, like because you at least get a couple of shakes with it.
Was this a one-time thing, or does this happen on the regular?
That violent. That was once, but other times the cap's just not as solid as you'd like it to be, and you might give it a quick shake. And now. There's evidence everywhere. It looks like a crime scene.
Okay, granted, perhaps not the shake as you're mentioning, but I've had this happen many times.
Yeah, where you
so
forget,
you're not alone.
Yes,
you know?
I hopefully not. Yeah.
The question is, do you respond like Maron?
Yes, I do.
Right, when it's in the car.
Except I don't have the luxury of just putting my video in reverse.
Right? How funny was that?
Great.
So smart.
Well, he just did it on purpose.
Like why not?
Just to do it.
Hilarious.
But I love how they still shot him looking around the back of, you know, to look for traffic when he wasn't going anywhere.
Right.
It's just funny. It's just stupid.
I like it. That anger, intense decision, that momentary decision. I'm going to drive this whole way backwards.
Yeah. Do you have like a certain length? Because what do you deem appropriate when you drive back in reverse?
Honestly,
like,
the whole way. I would do
on the way
I would
here.
Do it.
Okay.
Yeah. 405 North. It makes things exciting
like
when
you're
sitting in traffic. You know what I mean? It's like no.
It's like a universal ride.
It is. It totally is.
Well, seriously though, do you think about what's the appropriate distance if you're like halfway down the street?
Yeah.
Do you like okay? I had to reverse, or do you, how far do you go?
Okay, I feel like if there's turns involved, like street turning, like if you're leaving your street and you've already made your right or whatever, you probably need to turn around and come back. If you're on your street. Yeah, I think that's safe for a reversal.
My street's very long. And that's like a good, it's a good quarter of a mile.
Okay.
Down. I'm like, I would feel
Is it a lot of traffic? Do a lot of cars come?
But there could be children about.
Or animals.
Or animals.
Oh, no.
I feel like my vision would be skewed.
Oh, Lord.
So I should just reverse
then
it.
You're needing to turn around.
It's wide. So I could do that. I could U-turn if you're listening.
Got a good
if
turn
you're listening,
radius on your
this
car.
is not good for the listening audience. U-turn in the street. So.
Well, that's good. You have a car with a good turn radius.
Yeah, and a wide street.
Good.
Very wide.
It's a good combo.
Abnormally wide. It's really odd.
It sounds spacious,
luxurious,
and nice, very luxurious.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
Better than a street too small.
That's true. That sounds like
as they
that's
say.
a poem I wrote a couple years ago. Yeah.
You know, it's as they say.
Yeah.
Yes. So immediately kicks off sets the tone of the episode with his anger, returning to collect his coffee, and then there we have it. You know, it's kind of that's what we're in for with the Mad Mark. Immediately kind of taking him to his shows. He's got a packed night. He's going to do an appearance at one bar. Has to make it over to the comedy store, I think, for a second gig. We see, of course, his buddy Dave. Oh, Dave, always just the worst advice. Not a very good friend. Great for the show, I guess. It's very entertaining.
One-liners,
great one-liners.
Yeah.
And he's copying
the mustache.
Mark, completely copying Mark's whole identity.
Watch your water there.
Yeah, that was
almost a Jared Shake
almost
moment.
A party foul.
Yeah.
It was. Yes. So Dave's having the identity complex. Okay. So what is he doing here? Is he really trying to copy Mark in this way? Is he just trying to razz him like he always does?
It's his subtle. Just he knows how to push Mark's buttons with everything. So every episode. I find it the best thing about his character is that he's labeled his assistant, but he already has his assistant at home who does all the work. But Dave doesn't do anything.
No.
Nothing. So I love that he's his assistant.
In fact, he makes things worse and harder for him.
Yeah, stealing his laptop or copying him or just making fun of him in front of comedian friends.
Interacting with the cop, as we see later. Not in a
was
helpful
that
way.
the next scene? Or did I jump around?
I think it might have been a little bit later, but
okay.
We could touch on it.
Yeah. So it was after the first set.
I think so, yeah, because
that's right.
They were en route.
Yeah.
to the second one. And and at the first one, we see, of course, he is to follow the comedy duo that goes on before him, Kumar and somebody.
Yeah, total.
Yes, that duo. Anyways, he was supposed to follow them, and they were taking too long, tipping him off. Like, he just was not having it. And so, of course, he reacted very angrily.
Yeah.
And had the whole moment, really, with them, which was... on
their own show.
On their own show,
Burn Down.
Yeah.
Burn Down.
Which we think is a reference to...
It's the total play on Comedy Meltdown. That's
Jonah
with
and Kamal.
Kumal. And they just that's the funny thing. We're just like we're just gonna have these two guys that was kind of funny casting because it's obviously they're just come on, you couldn't get more close to that, like just a short Pakistani guy and a tall white guy, like
right.
and Burn Down, Meltdown. So it's kind of funny how they, you could have
Totally
got the comedians, but I
incorporated
think
it.
the comedians almost would favor them doing a spoof of it.
Totally. The spoof of it is more entertaining. And then funnier when you connect it.
Yeah.
Because I didn't connect it at first.
Yeah.
And then later it's like, oh, that's exactly what it is. How hilarious.
Yeah. I had to remind myself,
good.
like, oh yeah, that's Meltdown. Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yes. So it was a perfect combination there.
You know what else is a perfect combination?
What is Jared?
Maria Menounos and Julianne Hough.
They are the perfect combination.
They're the best combination. It's something very new and exciting. It's called Dance Battle America. It's ABC's newest competition special from Maria Menounos and Julianne Hough, like I said. ABC's special Dance Battle America. During the holiday seasons over the last 2 years, Julianne and Maria have engaged in fearsome dance battles. Check them out. They're out there.
They're amazing, by the way.
Hopefully we can join in.
Yeah.
And it's easy to sign up.
Jared's ready, by the way.
I'm ready.
He's ready.
Yeah, and our Ultimate Fighter crew was ready today too, dancing before the show. Over social media, they've been having these dance battles. So once the challenge took off, celebrities like Kate Hudson and Amber Riley joined in, and the dance battle craze was underway. So now the ladies are challenging everyone, you, the audience, hopefully, to battle it out, to have the chance to fly to Los Angeles and compete on the dance show. It's an opportunity of a lifetime.
That's so exciting. That's
I know.
Huge.
Yeah, I'm going to try out myself because you don't have to be a professional dancer. You can be Joe Schmo that likes to dance in his parents' basement.
You got some moves, Jared?
I don't know.
Gonna show the country your moves?
Maybe. Well, during the beginning, I had the drum beat, and there's probably some embarrassing videos on YouTube somewhere of myself. I don't know. You can find me cutting it up somewhere. But just check out Dance Battle America casting.com for more information or how to submit your video. Don't forget to post it on social media using the hashtag DanceBattleABC. So check that out. I still have to submit my video. I'm getting that underway.
I like it.
Get a GoPro.
It's top of the priority
dance in the street because I have a very wide street, like I was saying. So I want to dance in the street.
You could have
like the song,
like a flash mob happen in your street,
or just of one.
Just a singular.
Yeah, and me like a neighborhood
mob.
pup.
Oh,
yeah, dancing in the street.
That'll get a lot of views.
See, it will.
I think
cat or a dog.
I think that's a winning idea right there.
Yeah,
well
just
done,
came
Jared.
up with it. Oh,
I'm
thank
convinced.
You.
I'm getting mine ready after this too.
Up. All of our iZombie crew is going to sign up as well.
Oh yes.
So
get ready
as we continue.
Yes. So Maria Bamford.
Oh my God.
How much do we love her?
I love Maria Bamford. She actually reminds me of a
best.
good friend of mine. I won't name her name. I won't embarrass her on YouTube. Oh. But same mannerisms. Have you
really?
Yes.
That's
Are you a
pretty
fan
great.
of Maria?
I'm totally a fan. She's hilarious.
She's like perfectly awkward.
Yes. And that's the thing.
I was hoping for more. I wanted more for her in this episode. It was very quick.
Yeah, as they are.
Yeah.
Like the podcast cameos are very minimal in these. It can't really get
Bruce
much
had a
as
nice
we want.
had a nice segment.
He did. You're right. He kind of infiltrated the whole episode.
Yeah.
True. That was the
Infiltrated?
one caveat.
No.
Infiltrated. But you're right. It was a very quick glimpse of Maria. But yeah, just her whole shtick is just so, there's not a lot of people that do it. I feel like she's the one that really encapsulates the whole painfully awkward, strange, are you kidding or are you real sort of approach.
Did you see her latest stand-up?
I've not seen her latest stand-up.
I don't know if you heard about it. It's her in her parents' house.
Oh.
But the whole special is
in the living room?
Yeah, but her parents are the only people in the audience.
God. Okay, that's funny.
And it's just this, but it's this awkward,
Yeah.
the parents chuckling at their daughter's jokes.
Oh my God.
And it's just like
and
the
do you think
smattering of just,
I know.
oh, funny.
And do you think they love it and get it? Or do you
Yes.
think they're like, oh my God, what is
No,
happening?
they totally get it. This isn't like a Tom Green, where he
Is
spray
forcing
paints his
it.
dad's car.
Right, and
they
forcing
hate
it on
him.
them.
Yeah, they totally get their daughter and they like her. And so
That's
the laughs aren't
adorable.
like belly laughs. They're like, we love you laugh. And it's perfect
That's
for the
funny.
special. You got to watch it. Yeah.
That is really funny.
Yeah.
Once again,
Yeah.
the scenarios she puts herself in.
Yeah.
And you know what's funny? I heard her on an interview recently, and she was saying that her whole approach to comedy has been a really interesting one because she was struggling with her material at first, and that basically she's had a really crazy past. She's had all
Like many comedians.
Yes, just like many comedians. But, her whole approach is kind of like timid and girlish and kind of strange at first. And she said that at first she was uncomfortable talking about like any sort of like drug use or fact that she spent time in like a mental institution and like various things. And then after a while it was like, oh no, this is regular. This is comfortable. This is what I'm supposed to talk about.
Yeah.
And that was like her transition into kind of like her shtick and how to deliver it and like what to do. Super interesting. She's a very cool lady.
So I love when comedians do, because there are too many comedians to keep track of. Like, I like so many comedians, but I really follow the ones that I'm, keyed in on. But then when she shows up in a show like this, which is perfect, I'm like, oh yeah, Maria, because she used to pop in shows like Tim and Eric and stuff, and she'd have these little cameos, but that's it. But now she pops in, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna listen to some of her or watch her. Like, or on the way home today, I'll just download something from her and go drive home, because this is a perfect place. I want to see. This is a perfect place for comedians to go and guest star on.
Totally.
And it just totally reminds you of who they are, and you go, oh, it's great.
I know,
Yeah.
just that little flash, that little pop into your mind. You're
Yep.
like, oh yeah, it's great. I know it's good when these shows are great. This and Louis and some of the other ones that are on right now. It's kind of like, great when we can see just a whole combination of comedians, even if it is for a moment, just to really see how they incorporate each other too.
Yeah.
That's what I get a kick out of also. And like how you said, when you see the various characters or the various scenes kind of forming, you're like, oh, who are they going to bring in? Who are you going to see?
Yeah,
It's
I was
cool to
hoping the
see-
cop, and maybe the cop
Right.
is somebody. I was hoping the cop would be like Jim Gaffigan or just something ridiculous.
Completely.
Yeah.
It's like now we're kind of coming to expect that. We're kind of coming to see like who are they going to pop in?
Yeah.
What friends are they going to talk about, or whatever, which is funny. And Mark brought up yet another BJ Novak reference. He's
Yeah.
talking about him every episode, it
Oh,
seems.
when he's at anger management.
When he's in anger management, yeah.
Yeah, it was. I wrote it down because it's one of the best quotes of the day. It was, if I could find what it was. I can never find my notes, by the way. It's just very hectic.
Well, while you're finding it, let's set it up.
Yeah.
He's in anger management. Who didn't he have to have his assistant Ryan organize the whole class anyways? That was pretty
Yes.
funny. He's like, set this up
And
for
he's
me.
spilling his guts to him, like,
Right.
like, oh, my mom treated me like garbage. He's like, just mail my
like,
stuff.
just-
Like, I can't deal with you
Get rid
anymore.
of the boxes. So he finds himself in the anger management class, completely just unloading it all. Like, probably it seemed like at that point people were not really divulging that much about themselves. And here he comes, he's just like out with it all. And then your buddy in the red shirt.
Oh yeah, the guy in the red shirt just kind of whispers bullshit.
Oh, I thought it was stupid.
Oh no! So now I'm just cursing on the show. That's just great. That's just
But it's
anyway.
okay.
I'm sure someone did say that in the show,
Same
so
effect.
we can keep it.
I liked it.
It's stupid. He gets angry. I found
Hilarious.
He's the three. He says the three things he's mad at is he gets angry at prejudice, traffic, and bad waiters. But then it just extends to how much he hated his family, and also he said BJ Novak is an author now. That angers me. So every other episode is a BJ Novak joke, which is kind of funny.
I know, he's bringing them up all the time. I know. I'd like to know the full relationship behind those jokes.
Yeah,
that would be interesting.
We'll find something. I reached out to Mark's people, and I'm tweeting, and hopefully
We're working on him.
I know we're working on it.
We're working on him.
Yeah, we'll be close.
We'll see what progress we can make.
Yeah.
So Dave's anger dungeon.
I thought it was gonna be. I don't know what you thought, but I thought it was gonna be like a cool, like, this is what, like, you think I'm like poor and all that. I thought it was gonna be this cool little like room where like all this
Like
stuff,
a man cave
but
with
but it was just a
TVs
sad
and technology
room.
and yeah.
Sad room of.
It was a very interesting room, a very sadistic room.
Yeah, a girl that wouldn't go out of them in high school with her holes cut out for something to be inserted there.
Yep, so he could take his anger out that way.
Yeah, his dad was in the front and center.
Oh yes, in
dummy.
the chair. Yes.
What else? Oh, a picture of Mark.
Yes, a picture of
Yeah,
Mark.
but Mark just took it as, oh, you're jealous of my success. Mark's so good at just he humiliates these people,
Right.
and just brushes it off as like a side comment.
Well, it's totally that like narcissism, you know. It's
Big
just
time.
like he is it. He is the best.
Like when he came to the door.
Yeah.
Like when he came to the door and he's like, "You're poor. You live in a crap hole. You're depressed." Like
to his face, just all of these things.
But
you hate
like
your family.
saying,
you don't have a woman.
Yeah. It's great.
Yeah,
like,
and the guy,
self-centered. Just
Dave just goes, "Let me take you around back." Yeah.
But the cool thing about Dave is that he thinks this room is like the biggest thing.
Yeah, he
like,
thinks
this is the best, not depressing.
No, and like normal and like a totally good, healthy way to get out his aggressions.
Which could be.
You know,
A
it really
stabbing
could
dummy,
be.
a stabbing. People like go like
I wouldn't
race cars, but instead of
discount
like
it.
driving fast on the highway, they like actually go to like a closed course and get the adrenaline
Yeah.
out.
Well, what is like?
Do you have a way to do it
My own
besides
anger dungeon.
strangling
No.
cats?
I'm
kidding, sorry,
I
what?
would never. That hurts my heart. No, but like, okay, like boxing or like punching bags. Wouldn't that be the same thing as Dave's anger dungeon?
Yeah, it's just
He's
not
got,
as
you know,
demonic like, or
and like
sad.
or directive. Like
His is so specific.
his is very specific.
Like here's a girlfriend a girl I tried to date 25 years ago, and I had holes in her eyes. Like just
Right.
very specific.
Yeah.
His dad, was that a screwdriver in his chest?
Yeah,
I think it was a screwdriver.
among other things. I think he had like multiple things
And
inserted.
it was part of it was burnt too.
Yes,
Like so he knew
Charred
he took
spots.
some kind of flamethrower to
That
it.
dummy's seen a lot.
More than we care to see.
More than we care to see. Very true.
Yeah.
I like to do yoga.
Oh, all right.
What is your anger way to deal with anger?
Oh man.
Anger treatment.
A good anger treatment? Mm-hmm. Probably to just zone out and like be like, oh my god, I have time for a movie. This
We're
become
so
like,
zen.
Like when does this become like morning radio? You
I know.
call in and let us know what calms you
What's
down.
your anger management approach?
So if I have a moment, or honestly, just popping on. This is weird, but popping on like a game.
I thought you were gonna say popping and locking. I was gonna be like Dance Battle America.
I pop and lock, and I like to do all that kind of stuff. It's
good, you know.
Moonwalk on top of vehicles, but
Nice.
no, or popping on a game that's like a 25-year-old game. Like I know you're
Okay.
not a big sports fan.
Not.
But I'll just zone out and go, oh, this game was happened in 1989.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch.
Is it one that you like know all the way through? You know the plays.
No,
you
it's almost like
know
ones
the
I missed because
score?
I was so young. You know, you pop it on, you're like,
okay.
oh, I wasn't paying as much attention. I'll just zone out and
Okay.
act like I'm back in 1989.
Nice.
And it might be kind of, I guess that might be kind of sad.
Well, yeah. So yours is a little nostalgic. We're
yeah.
taking it to the past for some better times.
Nostalgia will calm me down,
That's good.
which I don't know if that's healthy or not.
Hey, it sounds healthier than the anger dungeon. Just saying.
Sure.
I think it's fine.
And yoga is a
yoga,
great,
that's for
that's
me.
not dangerous at all.
It's for me.
It's too quiet for
I like
me.
a little hot yoga, actually.
Oh.
Do you know that? Are you aware of the difference?
Yes.
It's great.
It'd be
The
too
hot
much
yoga
for me.
is far
I don't even
better.
like when a gym's hot or warm.
Oh.
I get angry. See, and then I have to go watch a game.
Counter-effective.
Yeah, I have to
See,
watch a game.
okay. We know Jared very well now.
Yeah.
We're on
too
that
well.
next level.
Yeah.
Do you watch Loveline? Side note.
Watch Loveline?
I'm sorry. Do you listen to Loveline?
I was gonna say maybe if I watched Loveline like 15 years ago.
I know. I was gonna say I just went back in time myself.
Listen occasionally.
and was viewing it.
Occasionally, yes.
Okay, I love Loveline. I tune in almost all the time. And it was funny because last Tuesday, right after a show, as I was heading home, I was listening to Loveline and Marc Maron was on.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was great.
Was it good?
It was really good. He had some really very interesting stories. All kinds of exciting stuff.
Yeah.
If you can go back and check out his appearance
it's
on
out there
Loveline, do it. It was
Yeah.
great. It was really great.
I'll have to listen.
Totally. It was
Was it about anger?
well worth it.
And love?
It was about all of the things.
Yeah.
It was about drugs. It was about sex. It was about
nice.
about his anxiety
Sounds like a
and just
weekend.
life. Really?
It's a weekend.
That's the weekend.
Yeah.
No, he really covered all the bases, like no holds barred. Like he really just like let everyone have it.
Yeah.
And it was, I mean, it's Loveline.
Yeah.
It's late. It's Loveline. Talk about whatever the hell you want to.
Yeah.
It was great. I recommend it.
Nice.
Fully.
Where are we at?
Yeah, so Bernie,
Bernie.
kind of just a continuation of the anger. This is another part that I liked a lot. Bernie, good old Bernie, we've seen from previous seasons.
With the jacket.
With the jacket.
Yeah.
The classic jacket. He's got his
Metal detector.
The metal detector. He's trying to find his neighborhood treasure, as one does.
Yeah.
And he's got his little hatchback
Yeah.
blocking Mark's driveway, which completely sets Mark off.
Best reaction ever. What's happening?
What's happening?
Like nothing's happening. There's just a car there, but like I feel the pain there.
I've got to tell you, I 100% agree with this point of anger.
Yeah.
I get super angry with my parking situation. I live in an area that has atrocious parking.
Yeah.
It is just horrific, and there's no parking anywhere. And I do street parking only, and it's horrible. So I like literally every car that I pass, I'm just like, what's happening? What is happening here?
What is happening?
I can't figure it out. It's
Bernie
terrible.
instills some wisdom in it with a terrible monk story.
Or a great one.
Yeah,
depending on how you took it.
That was a good. I liked that actor. I need to find out who that is. I don't know who that was.
I know, and Mark has him reoccurring, so he's no stranger.
Yeah,
Yeah, definitely that monk story.
He's got a great way of presenting his story. But at the very end, I wrote down Bernie angry happy.
Yes.
Because at the end he's like, "You found your treasure today. Like this is your treasure."
Totally.
But he was almost angry, telling him that like I had to tell you where to find it.
I know.
Like
well,
what? Why are you so angry?
He would
about
know.
it?
He's got the metal detector. He's on
Disturbed.
the hunt. I like though how they ended it, where Mark thought that he figured it out, and he said, "Oh yeah, I need to apologize for my sake."
Yeah.
And Bernie goes, "No. You need to apologize for your sake."
Yeah.
Do you ever communicate with people like that?
Yes, plenty.
I communicate with people like that all the time, and in my head, I'm just like cracking up and dying, and I'm like, is this intentional? Do you not know that I already said that?
Yeah.
And then you're just saying it again
Play
in a
and
different
repeat.
way. Okay, all right, Bernie, that's how he does it.
Yeah, a lot of people will say the same thing you did. Just
I know,
twist
right?
the words up.
Why is that?
But Bernie,
who does that? What is happening?
Bernie did it though. He went to go see Kumar.
He did. He very well did indeed.
As I just take a sip.
I know.
Right in the middle.
No, that's good. And gotta hydrate.
Yeah.
It's a little warm in here.
Yeah.
It's warm in the studio. Yes, so of course he goes to right his wrong that we see previously in the episode. He goes to apologize, which is not easy for him. And first of all, he was not authentic in any sort of way. He came in just not.
That's a classic Marc Maron apology.
It totally
though.
is. It completely is, and
He makes it worse.
Yes.
Oh, you're soft. You had it. Maybe some people say you had it easy. I don't know. I think you're okay. And then then Kumar just goes off.
Completely goes off,
Yeah.
and just lists all the reasons of why he is not soft, why he hasn't had it easy, why Mark has no idea what the hell he's talking about.
Yep.
It was great. It was a great reaction moment, and Mark's surprise was all the more fitting because he was like, "Oh, I didn't see this coming from you. I was
then
not
he tells him
expecting
to go
this."
see anger. You should go. You should go to anger management, and then Kumar doesn't want anything to do with him. But the funny thing was, Mark almost walks out having such a I guess a cavalier attitude when he walks out. Just I'm in the right. Like I went to apologize, and now he's angry. I'm leaving. When he didn't do any of that, but he feels like he's in the right.
Right.
So it's weird
Simply
because sometimes
because he
I
went
like
there.
Mark. Sometimes I'm like, this is the same way that I would react to situations, and other times Mark is just, I'm like,
You're like, what are you doing?
What is this?
Yeah, why is this happening
Yeah.
this way?
Yeah. And then he addresses all
what
of his
makes-
issues to close it up, which was great.
Right, and he very clearly addresses the fact that he is very much trying to bridge the gap between anger and apology.
Yeah. But he's like, he can't promise that he's never going to get angry again, which no one should.
No one can.
You can't.
Yeah, he's just a very constant work in progress.
Yeah. We'll be
We're
till-
dealing with his issues one episode at a time.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
What is going to be the issue next episode?
I don't know. I saw the preview, but I just can't retain it right now. None.
We'll have to wait for next week. How about that?
Yeah, I'm excited. Hopefully some more cameos next week.
We love the cameos.
I know.
So good.
More Maria Bamford.
Yes.
Yeah.
And all the others that haven't been on yet.
That's true.
We're ready for it.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Good
This
chat.
was good chat.
Good
Great
chat.
chat,
See you next
Jared.
week. All right.
Great one. Yes. Thank you guys so much for tuning in for our recap of episode 5. Check us out next week for our recap of episode 6. We can't wait. I've been your host, Blake V. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Blake V Media.
And I'm Jared Gilkerson. That's at Gilkerson Radio on Twitter.
There you have it.
I just invented Twitter.
I know. There you go.
On Twitter.
The first you've ever heard of it.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. See you later.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Bamford you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.